can 10 million naira do for you in this economy? Well, with an initial deposit of 10 million naira, you get to own a smart home. Lights? That's what I'm talking about. You get to own a smart home right here in Aja with Flourish Duplex. Experience the pinnacle of modern living with automated smart homes at Flourish Duplex. A 4-bedroom, fully detached luxurious duplex with features such as a fully furnished kitchen, constant lights, CCTVs, smart locks, tight security, a serene environment in a gated estate. With a payment plan of 10 million naira initial deposit for a one-time payment or an installmental payment that runs from 12 months or 18 months. Terms and conditions apply. So what are you waiting for? For more information, head to our website at www.flourish360. Come closer. Contact massively each time you engage with the app, just by liking, commenting, sharing, and inviting friends to our platform. As a business owner in search for talent or an individual in pursuit for employment, PP Chat has a segment covered for you. With PP Chat, you can trend and earn. Whether you're an entrepreneur or a business enthusiast, you can advertise your products, buy, and sell in the marketplace of PP Chat. Thank you. With PP Chat, you don't need to have thousands of followers before you can earn points. As long as you're an active user on the app, you stand the chance of earning points, which can then be converted to money. You just earn the points, right? When boredom kicks in, head over to an entertaining game session. On PP Chat, you get to trend, transact, and earn money. To sign up, log on to www.ppchat.com. You can also download on App Store and Play Store. PP Chat, trending beyond.
Welcome to another beautiful episode on the Kwa Podcast. Yes, welcome, guys. Thank you for keeping it to date with us every week. Thank you for riding with us. Thank you for your follow, your engagement, your share, your likes. Thank you for your recommendation. We are truly grateful. Thank you for all you do. And another set of people I'd like to thank are our sponsors. We'd like to say a big thank you to the Kwa Event Center for giving us this beautiful ambience. I mean, I'm not sweating. Yeah, thank you for everything. And we'd like to thank the Ikoyi Property for being a major sponsor, and also to PP Chat and Flourish 360. Thank you so much for all you do. Today's episode is very sensitive, and I think it's very important that we talk about it, because our childhood is what forms us to what and who we become in the society. So today's topic, we'll be talking about echoes of the past, voices of the past, dealing with childhood, reminiscing of back all the experiences and how it has been. With me here, I'm with a beautiful, talented Adi. Yes, I know her as Adiza, but I'm going to allow her to introduce herself. So, quick one, guys. So, hello, ma'am. How are you doing?
Hi, I'm fine.
You're just smiling. I'm fine. Good afternoon. So, apart from acting movies, what else do you do?
I sing.
Wow.
I think you know that too. I'm an
Yeah.
artist and I'm an interior decorator too.
Wow. That's beautiful.
Yes.
Wow. So you see that this lady is cashing out big time.
No, please. We'll
I know.
get there. We still the
I
road.
know that's what everybody will say.
We still the road. We never reach there yet.
But you're looking very good today. You're looking
Thank
very
you.
beautiful. I love the color. I
Thank
love the
you.
outfit. You're just
Thank you.
amazing. Okay, so let's talk about childhood. Growing up as a child, how was your childhood like?
Hmm. Growing up as a child was never easy.
Wow.
So I'm actually someone who was born with golden spoon.
Okay.
When I lost my dad, I lost the golden spoon.
Wow.
Yes. So it was really tough growing up as a child, you know. That's where my whole hustling spirit came in. You know, at the age of 8, we were actually moved from the city down to the village.
Wow.
Yeah, my dad's home. And I started hawking orange, banana, after school. As you're just getting back from school, the first thing you do is just change and you put on your dress, and then the next thing you're hitting the streets.
Wow.
Yes, so I started hawking the stuffs, and most times they used to have this woman very close to my mom's shop. She sells this ice cream and zobo and the rest. So I would have to go like 4 or 5 times in a day
Wow.
because I want to save money for my education.
Wow.
Yes. So basically, my mom didn't really. I'm not saying she didn't support, but I saw her going through the struggle. My dad is no longer there. The whole thing, the pressure was just too much on her. And as a child growing up, sometimes we just come in and barge into her, seeing her crying or worried, like, what are my kids going to eat today? Like, I don't have enough. Either on the phone sometimes, speaking with her siblings and stuff like that. Man, I had to.
Very emotional. Yeah.
They will call me, Alpha now. Mama don't get Zobo to do, stand up. And after then, I had passion.
So for the Zobo part, you were speaking from her to sell, and then you give
I
her
make my profit. Let's say, for instance, if the Zobo is actually 10 naira, I sell for 20.
Wow.
As of then, so I get to make.
Like you came up with that idea.
Yes.
At 8 years.
And people buy.
Wow.
People buy. So people buy. They buy. So they would just fine girl, bring Zobo, come. Right? Bring Zobo, come. And I will bring the Zobo. They will just buy everything. Go and bring more, especially when those boys are playing football. I go to the field and then sell to them. Go to my mom's shop and sell and go back. They will not be looking at me. In my dad's dialect, like, just no, this became.
Wow.
We finished selling everything. And then I now went into sports. I love sports very well. I started playing handball. So I started playing handball. I started traveling from local governments to local governments, like all those their competitions and the rest.
The state?
Yes, states. So, and that's how I had scholarship for my secondary school. My mom didn't pay then. It was the whole sports handball stuff. So actually a goalkeeper then.
Wow. Who would have thought with those tiny fingers?
I swear I was really good. Like when other states, even there was a time they had this very big game they did that time, as in Kogi states,
Okay.
People from Lagos, some from Kwara, some from Benue, they came like, I started making friends. So like, wow, you're good. Now I've had this hustling spirit in me growing up as a child. Like I said, it was never easy. Trust me. And there was a time I think basically I'm supposed to be at home by 6, but I needed to make more money because my mom was not home. I needed to, make more money, go home. And the thing is, as the elder one, as of then,
You were the first?
no, I'm the second child.
Okay, what was the first doing at that time?
She was not around, she traveled.
Okay.
So I had to rush home, cook for them, and I almost got raped.
I was about to ask you that
never
question because the
forget
exposure
that
at
day.
that age. So what was it like?
Thank God. There's this guy that usually comes to my mom's shop because my mom is a Nigerian woman. All these riverside people, they sell like pepper soup and all this stuff. So he usually comes there to drink sometimes. And I know this girl now. Is this not Madam's child? Leave her. What did they worry? Like, he started fighting.
Oh, he was the one that rescued
He was like, what are you doing out this time of the day?
What age was that?
My dad, I think as of then I was around 12.
Oh.
He was like, in my dad's dialect, are you okay? Can't you see all these bad boys at this time? And I told him that I needed to sell everything, finish, because I don't feel fine. I don't want to, go back tomorrow. So I rest. He now brought out 1,000 naira was big. He now brought out 1,000 and said, give me the remaining plantain and start going home. I had to rush home. I cooked, but it was never easy. I think my uncles actually made it worse. They hate for the fact that my mom is not from their side. So the way they treated her was not really nice.
That's the tribalism.
Yes, it was never nice. For the fact that my mom is a Nigerian woman and she's not from their side, it was really, really too much. Every little thing they tend to like remind us of our dad, how he doesn't really care about them. He just got married and then forgot about
and they will
them.
blame it on the woman.
The hatred was just too much. Every little thing, you see, I chop beating. In fact, that's where my stubbornness came from. I got used to the beating instead of communicating with me. So the communication was not there. As a child, when a child is doing something wrong, you have to call that child close and have a conversation with the child.
That's right.
I never had that except my mom. She was not saying, I will beat you. Later she will not say, oh yeah, come here, sit down. This thing you did is wrong. Why did you do this? Why did you do that? I'll start crying. My conscience will start judging me. I'll start crying and my conscience will start judging me. And
okay.
She was like, it's okay. Stop crying. Don't worry. Next time, don't do this. But the thing I got from my uncles were actually hurt. Let me use the word hurt. It was hurt. There's no communication. The thing is, they don't even want to know if you actually did whatever thing you were
They just accuse you.
It's you. Like, I could actually see the hatred. I could feel the hatred. The next thing is, I start receiving beating. I collect and woto.
Wow.
It was just like in the family, among my siblings, I was the only one who was just going through it in their hand.
Why were you the target?
I don't know. I really don't know. I have no idea. I was the only one who was going through it. As of then, I came from a Muslim background. My mom is a Christian.
Oh, okay.
So
that's like point 2.
I was going to church. No matter what they said, I was still going to church. But at the time, my mom was please, for my sake, just go alone. Like, I was dying on the inside doing it. I said,
okay, that explains the Abdul in your name.
Yes. And I was like, this is not where I belong. Growing up as a child, I used to follow my stepmom to church. And my dad was okay with it. You understand? But I was forced into Islam. I think my uncles actually made me see the other side of Islamic. I've seen a whole lot of Muslims who have good hearts. Like, there are good Muslims out there. But my uncles, the hatred, growing up as a child, they made me feel like, Islamic people are bad people. They're terrible people. But when I left my hometown and came to Lagos and started mingling with other people, I started seeing the Yoruba Muslims, the Edo Muslims.
You were surprised.
With love. At first, when you tell me you're a Muslim, I'll just that distance. But I started mingling with them and, okay. I guess the people I grew up with are the main ones. The love is not actually there. They made me saw a different handwriting. towards the Muslim.
You were seeing Islam in a different view.
In a different
view, yeah.
So it was never easy growing up as a child. That childhood, when if I tell you I have totally healed from it, it's a lie. I don't think people heal totally. You don't.
No, I think we just cope. Just find a way to walk around
it. So there are some trauma I still suffer, especially when I come in contact with people and I get triggered. And that's when I knew, oh, so this thing I've not really healed from it. Means, okay, it's time for me to heal. And I get triggered day by day. The people I talk to, the people I live with, the environment I'm in. So childhood trauma is not something to play with. I just feel like
it was not something you chose. It just happened.
It happens. That's why most times, you see, I tell the people around me, especially my neighbors and friends, like, when you have a child, I know most times children can be frustrating. So you have to build that relationship with your child.
How was the relationship with your mom?
It's very good.
Who was the strict parent among your mom?
My dad.
Oh.
But I was his favorite.
Oh, okay.
But he's the strict one.
Okay.
But, my uncles made it worse. Though she sees the stubbornness is actually, it's in there already.
Okay.
But the only way for her to communicate with me is not by being mean and, using harsh word on me. She knows something was wrong. And then she would just tell me, take am easy, mothers.
Oh, she was very subtle.
Life not be so heavy. At the time, she would change it for me. You think say because you dey grow, I no fit follow you fight.
Oh, okay.
And then there was a day I did something. She got angry and she slapped me. Hey, I will never forget that day. I broke down into tears. I just sat down there. I was like, this woman no love me. This slap me, she slapped me. Time me like the next thing, she started calling me by my native name. I refused to go. She now sent my younger one to bring the food for me. I said, me then give you. I said, no, the chop on the food back because I was angry.
There's the thing about African parents. They say they will not tell you I'm sorry. They will use food.
Yes.
To say I'm sorry.
It was never easy growing up in that family and growing up too as a child. My friends around me then too, I see them go through a whole lot too. So we became close because it's as if we were going through similar.
Because of the trauma made you guys bond.
Yes, like my friend as of then, she lost the dad too. And they moved all the way from Abuja down to everything. The mom is an Idoma woman from Benue State. It was just too much. At times she would come to the house when my mom is cooking. So I already understand what is going on. When my mom cooks and she's dishing my own food, my mom knows my friend is coming around. So this food is meant for me and her.
So she'll make it double.
Yeah. So like if my friend doesn't come on time, I will just carry it in nylon. Like I'm just holding the normal stuffs inside the nylon and then go to her house, at the window side. I will just whisper. We just smile and then come outside. What's up? And then we get to eat. So I've seen a whole lot of people who has gone through this whole childhood trauma, even at their adult age, they still suffer it.
So we've established the fact that as a result of your relationship with your father's siblings, that's your uncle, it made you begin to see Islam as it made you see it in a negative light.
Yes.
Right? So until you started meeting other people. So religious, when you're talking about religion, the thing really is not something you would just want to cope with at that time.
Exactly.
Right? So that's let's talk about relationship. Did it affect you in any way?
Yeah, I became needy, codependent. Like I'm always needy in the relationship. Like I want that attention. It's something I didn't really had growing up.
That's because of the daddy issue.
The daddy issue I didn't really had growing up because I lost my dad at an early stage. You understand?
Okay.
So I didn't really have that daddy stuff. Though even while he was still alive as of then, we were close, but not much. My dad is a street person, but I know deep down, like he's full of love. His own love language is totally different from my mom, you understand? Yes, it did affected my relationships. I've been in relationship and I noticed like I need the attention, you know. I wasn't having that self love as of then. So that's when I knew, oh, there's something wrong.
Mm.
My childhood trauma, it's really it's doing a number on me right now. I think it's high time. I need to go within.
So you had
and
to talk yourself out
myself.
of it.
So okay, like the relationship I had before the one I'm in, like I noticed I was, even while he was hurting me, I was still there.
Mm.
Yes, most times children can sense and depict the things their parents do. So growing up as a child, I watch my dad tend to misbehave, the things he does. My mom is still there. She wouldn't want to leave. She would go like, my children, these children, who will watch these children, stuff like that. Like she's still there. I'll be watching. It was just like in the family, I'm being seen as the black sheep. Because I pay attention to things a whole lot. I will watch like she's sad. As a child growing up, sometimes I would just look at her and say, Mama, you do okay? Shut, come over here. Go meet your brothers, go and meet your siblings and play. What are you doing here? I'm always that person who wants to know what is going on.
And she didn't want you to know the pain.
I already knew as a child. So growing up, I became needy. I want that person to love me, just love me. The same attention I give to you, you have to give it back to me. Just reciprocate. I was just so needy. I was just so, doing excessively.
You were dependent.
Yes, it was the codependence I had. I wasn't dependent in like myself. I wasn't giving the love to myself the way I was giving to my partner. So the hurt was going on. I was still there. I don't know if you get what I'm trying to say. And
the guy was not meeting up to your expectations,
yes,
but you just stayed.
Yes, aside from that thing of like, okay, maybe probably is something my childhood wounds I'm dealing with. I still have that thing as a Kogi lady. We have this thing of loving a man. If we want to love, we'll be there for him, to support him. I had that thing in me.
You were supporting financially?
Not financially, like
okay.
If he's down, if there's problem, I have ideas. I know what to say to make him feel better. I know ideas to give to him that will make him, get through whatever thing. I was just there. I wasn't being treated well, but
when you say you weren't treated well, was he cheating? Was he abusing you?
Cheating, emotional abuse was going on. I was being gaslighted. I was being breadcrumbs, but I was still there. You get it. People think it's that easy. It's not easy. But I had to take that bold step. Like, and one day I was like, how long will I keep doing this? Like, this person is not even doing anything to meet my expectation. Like, nothing is really, it's just like we're in a repeated cycle. It was just a cycle,
At some point, were you doing that because you were scared that you were going to be alone?
Aside from me being scared, I was going to be alone. That thing of like, so I'm going to start another relationship again.
Okay. The fear of starting all over.
Person, I have that fear of starting all over. So instead of that, I started learning the power of detachment.
Okay.
Yes, independence. I started healing myself. So when I get out of a relationship that wasn't serving me, where I tend to be by myself. I don't care how long it takes me. If it is 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, I tend to be by myself. I need to give myself that healing. Even if I'm not going to heal 100%, I need to learn how to love myself very well before I can be able to give love to someone else. Because if I don't love myself, how can I give love? Yeah, I may love myself so much and I'm giving love to you. You are not accepting it. Means you, the person I'm trying to be with, has not healed. you've not done the work, and you have to do the work to match my energy.
Yeah, that's right.
You understand? If not, there's going to be a clash.
Okay, so you talked about lifestyle in the village. So how did you find yourself in Lagos? But did you come and stay with somebody, or you
No,
just packed your bag one day and
I actually got tired
Okay.
staying in the village. It becomes boring. Like all my friends left.
okay?
I was the only one. They're all in the city. And I'll receive call. As of that time, my mom had a phone. They would just call through her. You still there? Never come Lagos. I don't travel go Abuja. I'll start thinking. Just get angry. For no reason. My mom would talk to me. I would just say, Mama, leave me, I beg. I'm not just in the mood.
Mm.
And my older sister was like, it's like this girl is beginning to disturb my mom. Lord, come down to Lagos.
Yeah.
I had passion for music.
Mm.
I love music. So when I came down to Lagos, the first thing was I started writing songs. My neighbors in the compound, they start making beats. We just sing. My older sister was never in support. In fact, it was just like challenge upon challenge upon challenge. I said, good. And I was like, So why did I now leave the village and then move down to the city, Lagos? What's happening? So it took time. I think later on, she just had to let me do my thing. And she was like, if you want to make mistake, you make mistake. If you learn from it, fine. If you don't learn from it, you are still going to learn from it. So it's never.
And then you started staying with her, and you got yourself a place.
My own place later, and then she traveled, and then still in Lagos.
So how has Lagos been treating you?
If you know,
Have you been coping? Do you have like any support from anybody? Your father people, was there any sort of reconciliation?
Is most times when I travel, I hardly even visit them, because that thing of like the vibe they gave me as a child growing up made me distance myself from them. It wasn't pleasant at all.
Okay.
It wasn't. In fact, I even hide. I don't even want them to see me. I don't want that evil eye being placed on me. So when I just go, it's just one particular person, my dad's immediate younger brother. I tend to just sit, and then if that's it. If I don't even stay a week, I don't jack back. I'm back. So that's it.
Okay, so do you think that your life would have been much better if your dad was around? Maybe things would have been the opposite. Where do you think you would have been if your dad was alive?
Far better in life. Because my dad was 8 when he was still alive. The money was there. He was really working in NNPC. We had it. It happens.
Wow.
I don't question universe. The only thing I do is, if this is how you want me to go through it, I still appreciate. But please reduce the stress. I do say that most times. Lord, please reduce the stress. It's not easy. If you're not strong, trust me, you can't survive in Lagos. The stress alone,
Crazy.
day in, day out, you go out in the morning and you're back 11 in the night, the traffic, you tend to meet different type of people, the ones who will bully you, the ones, it's too much.
So, like right now, we've talked about the bad. Let's talk about the good. What would you say is that one thing in your life that you get going that makes you happy, that push you every morning when you wake up?
My interior business. Being an entrepreneur, it's not easy. Hey, clients go para for you. So we'll even insult you. Some will tell you the money you're giving, the prices you're calling for them is too much. Some will say, I price this thing, you're calling so amount. It's crazy if you don't have patience and if you don't know how to communicate. You just can't do it. You can't. Because you must learn or know how to pamper your clients when they're upset.
People management.
Yes. People's management, you know how to communicate with them, make them feel better. It's not easy bringing out the money, yeah? even though like this is what they want, but bringing it out, I know how it feels like. So when they start getting angry, you said you're supposed to be here by 10. It's past 10. You're still not here. You're delaying my work. There was one that even yelled at me, "You're very stupid. Do you think I'm plugging this morning?" I said, "Sir, I am so sorry. My apology, please. You have every right to be angry. You have every right to say whatever thing you want to say to me. Please, don't be angry."
If that wasn't a client, what would you have done? If that wasn't a client and somebody said that to you,
I
how
would
would you
just
have...
ask the person, "Are you okay?" When I mean, "Are you okay?" Not in an insultive way, like,
Yeah.
"Is everything okay?" Because you can talk to me. I'm like that most times. Like when my friends start yelling at me and they tend to say things, the question I ask is, "It's okay, talk to me. Are you okay?" Like they will just pause, like they ask the same question back. "This, are you okay?" I'm like, "Because you're the one yelling. Why are you yelling? You can talk to me. I'm here." So most times, even though when I get to meet with strangers out and they started yelling I will just end the call. Because right there at that moment, you are tense. There might be something you're going through and that's aggression, you want to pass it to me. So I tend to, talk to my clients in a calm way because I understand how it is. And then after everything, I say, "Hadiza, why are you like this? After all the insults, you're still telling me, sir, it's okay. It's okay, it's okay, it's okay. I'm at home. Just don't worry, bring them here." I know how it feels like most times you're not the cause of the problem.
That's right.
But they tend to just pass that aggression on you. It's not easy. If not because I have really understand the energy when it comes to people, I would have quit a long time ago.
How long have you been in the business?
And 3 years now.
That's something. That's huge.
3 years, at the same time, I'm still doing the music stuff. Now.
So you're doing the music, you're doing the movie, you're doing... So which comes first?
Anyone that comes, I'm a Lagosian because I've been in Lagos for like almost 15 years now.
Wow.
So anyone that comes, if I'm being called right now, we have a movie run and we think you're perfect for this, come. I'm there. So if I have the interior stuff going on, I have people who will go there and do the work. When I'm there, I tend to call and ask, "Please, how is it going?" Then I call the client, "Sir, please, is there any mistake they're doing? Is anything you want me to?" "No, don't worry. If there's anything wrong, we'll give you a call." You understand? And when I have a studio section, I make sure I am there. I must record. So
But you see, the good thing about this, your story, is you learning how to know that hustling spirit, how to be independent.
yes.
Imagine if your dad was alive and you had everything at your beck and call. Would you still have this, hustling spirit, this
Funny enough,
independent?
even while my dad was still alive, I hustled.
You were still selling, you were still
Yes.
hawking.
I think that's the Kogi thing I have in me. Being an Igala girl to Igala people, the hustling is there. Let me not lie to you. While my dad was still alive,
Is it an Igala thing or is it just an individual thing?
I think it's Kogi as a whole. I've noticed it, lost in my dad and we traveling there, I've come to see their children. Like you see a 6 years old child after school. Some don't even get to off their school uniform. They're hawking. And as they're hawking, they are done hawking. So they are coming for the second one or the third one. On their way, they will start counting money. They will count and then once they get to their mom, okay, this is so amount I made for you. This is my own little profit. When I go to school, I see my classmates, like they would just bring money out. They will be spending, they will be buying to eat. And as of that time when I early lost my dad, I wasn't really doing anything, It took time. I'm like, okay, I'll be asking them. Then I didn't really understand the dialects. It was early and they would tell me, my mom will fry akara in the morning. They will carry the akara and pap, like the akara will be in a one round bowl buckets like that, and then they will carry the pap. They will sell. When they sell, they have their own gain they add to it, and their parents will tell them keep the gain. the ones you've sold like for us, bring the money. So like, okay. One day
And you wanted to make the money.
I now told my mom, I said, Mama, I want to sell. My mom was like, say, Mama, I know they talk anything. She was like, where you want go the seller? I was not even telling her, say, hey, Mama, see that time when we travel, go. There was one other place where my dad's mom came from. You know, they have farms of plantains, banana, all the stuffs there. I told my mom, why don't she just go and, buy from there and return to like.
You were giving her business idea.
My mom like, not true. Not true. You talk am. So there, the women that they ride bike to, she will go buy, bring it. I will hawk the plantain after school. My younger sister too will hawk. I think basically it's just me.
How many are you?
We're 7, but me and my younger sister, basically the one next to me, we were the one doing the hawking because the boys were still young then. After school they are with my uncles. They will go to mosques and then come back. So we sell from plantain. We come off from plantain. We started selling orange. Gradually my mom started saving money and then got a shop.
Oh, okay.
You see, at the waterside, they call it waterside.
Oh.
My mom got a shop. Thank God now she got a shop. Oh, we were still doing our normal street hustling. So I think that thing, it's in me.
Inborn, yeah.
It's in me. In the house, you bring this one, we're good at it. You bring this, we're good at it. The ideas, we give the ideas, There are some things most times like maybe I just tend to forget. My sister, I will just call her, what's up? This thing, she'll just tell me, no, you have to put 2 or 3 together because she does the whole interior thing too.
Okay.
She's a fashion designer. So it is. It was never easy. When people will tell me you're looking all fresh, I say, do you know what I've been through? Hey God, do you have any ideas? The insults I have received or bully I have.
You were bullied? By classmates or by neighbors?
Neighbors, classmates. But I noticed this whole thing was making me harden.
Yeah.
Growing up as a female child, I think some of the things I went through in my uncle's hands made me, the masculine in me came out.
Yeah.
There's this more of the masculine than the feminine.
Yeah.
I'm not saying my femininity is not actually there, but
it just diminishes, just reduces. It goes back to hide.
Yes.
And then that sense of survival comes in. And that's where people start saying, now this one behaves like a man.
Actually, I used to be a tomboy because I was playing ball.
That makes it worse.
Made it worse.
Were you fighting and all that?
Me and my cousins that are guys, they are playing ball and you must see me in their midst, they're playing it. My mom was like, one day she looked at me, she was like, you have a boo. Oh, this is your man. I don't know where you get them from. But growing up, getting to this stage, I tend to realize that this is where this whole thing came from. I never had that love growing up as a child from my uncle. You
were actually looking onto them.
Yes.
Were you actually looking to them to play that fatherly role that
not
you
just
needed?
Play fatherly, to show me the love, the encouragement as a child growing up, telling me you can do better. Don't worry, you made a mistake next time, but no, it was never like that. I think all I was receiving as of them was just beats. In fact, they were even busy sharing me. This one will beat me this week. The next 3 days, this one will beat me. It was just turn by turn. I became used to it. And then maybe when I make mistake, I'm like, I'm ready myself for the beating. Maybe today, a so person will beat me. You get. But, and then one day I now ask myself, why am I the only person?
But they say you with guys, because sometimes why these uncles become mean is they will tell you, oh, they've been seeing you with guys, or maybe you came home with
My
pregnancy or something?
no, my family were mixed. You know,
Okay.
my cousins, guys, females, but there's this thing of like me seeing myself totally different from everybody. What the females does, like I'm not there. I don't know if you get what I'm trying to say. There was one that said, everything we man they do, you want they do am. You they play ball, you they do this, you they do that. And that's the one that don't receive slap. Wow. Hey, so you get, but it's not my fault. You get what I'm trying to say? I always feel myself different. And there was a time they wanted me to be what I'm not. When I'm back from school, I did field. I'm training. I'm playing ball. There was a time they said, you're not going anywhere. I won't die. Honestly, I wasn't myself. In fact, I became sick because I was indoor. I wasn't feeling that thing that was making me happy. I was going out. I was playing the ball. I was
So
meeting.
you allowed yourself to get distracted with sport.
The trauma was there. But the only thing that was making me feel better was the sport. And then one day, when this particular one was beating me, I had to ask him, why do you hate me so much? He just paused. I said, why do you hate me?
What was his response? Sorry. Breathe in. It's actually a lot to take in, because for an innocent child whose only crime is to be born, and then you lost your father, and the people you're actually hoping that would love you, care for you, which I want to believe he had done for them, and now the one seeing you like a non-entity, like someone that.
And then he said to me, shut up, Omaijo. Do you know what it means? Like an outcast.
Oh,
Like, I don't know how to go about that word. Like, Omaijo means like, they don't see us like part of them. Because my mom is an Ijo woman.
like I know the Igbos, they have like Osu. Yeah.
That word,
So that was like a very big insult.
that word broke me.
Wow.
The word broke me. And, the way they tend to, treat my mom when they're having family meetings, she's not included.
Till date.
I think everything changed later on. Karma has its way of doing things.
That's right.
She's most times not included. And my dad was actually the senior too. And they will call the children, but they won't call my mom. Tend to like call my dad's kids, but they don't call my mom. You know me, my mom no they go, I know they go.
That's actually.
And my heart became hardened. I'm like, all die and I die. The only thing you guys would do is just beat me. I'm used to it. But my mom wasn't really understanding what was going on, because I was never happy the way they were treating us, because my mom is not from their side. You get? When my dad first died early, we were moved down there.
They take possession of the place.
The way they treated us was really bad. We wake up to daybreak, like, daybreak food. The food they ate remaining, that is what they tend to give us.
Oh.
To eat. We wake up to that. And I think my dad's brothers, siblings, like they understand. Sometimes they tend to send my mom little cash, for us, and we eat from that. But later on, my dad's immediate younger brother, was now coming close. I think he started feeling that whole thing, even though he was being mean towards us two at a time, he would just give my mom some money without them knowing. She will cook, will eat. So that thing growing up as a child No, I don't really have friends like that. I'm always alone, like a loner. I'm reserved. I'm always by myself.
Because of trust issues.
Yes, aside from even the trust issue, when that trauma, the whole hurt started, I would just go in. They will be looking for me, but I'm inside the house. I will just, lock myself in. That's how I heal, you know, to get myself back, and I recharge my energy. I will just lock myself in, just be indoor. I don't want to be disturbed by anybody. And then I come out again. Even till now, it still affects me, but I think maybe like it's part of me. When I'm being hurt by friends or loved ones or family, I go in. I just go back into my shell. That is where I find peace.
Wow.
Yes, that's where I find peace, and that is how I recharge, and that is how I heal. I heal by staying away from people totally. So,
Wow. So today we're talking about voices. What are the words you've heard that still sticks till now in your head?
my mom.
No, I'm talking about the negative part now. Some
I,
of the names you've been called
I have
that's
come
really
to learn something that when you let in the negative, it stays.
Mm.
I had to let myself go through a whole lot of I'll use the word self training. Yes. I learned affirmation and so more that when you're hurt, you have to heal from the things that hurt you.
That's
Though
right.
it's not easy. And at the same time, do not let the negative things stay in. You have to let it go. So I tend to let the positive words stay, and then the negative, I just think like, so this person said I will never make it, that I'm just wasting my time. Na lie. I don't see shaggy. I'll make it. So I keep telling myself that word stays in. You understand? It stays in. I've had friends, maybe when I tend to record, I'm trying to promote, I want to shoot a video. Some will even tell me, these people are very close people, yeah? I will tell them, I need your support as a friend. I want to shoot. I need people. They will tell me, I don't know, maybe they've agreed. Then the next day you're going to, that same day, sorry, I can't make it. I'm not driving. I'm so sorry. I wish I could make it. The distance, the this, the that. And then you start to see that outsiders that I don't even know shows up. I never allow it or let it bring me
Get to you.
down or to discourage me from my purpose. Of course, it's life. People will disappoint you. Your mother can disappoint you, father can disappoint you, your blood will disappoint you. People around you. I think I have this lower expectation because expectation actually brings disappointment.
That's right.
So I tend to let the positive words stay in
Stay longer.
me
Yeah.
instead of the negative. But as a person, when I sense you're full of negative, that's toxic. I'm giving you that distance. I'll just stay away because I'm used to being alone. You understand? Friends will say, Miss Lona, come out. Let's go and hang out. So I'm used to it. I'm used to it. So trust me, a whole lot of people, they have their own different story when it comes to childhood trauma. I understand it's not easy, trust me, because I've been there and I'm still healing because every day we heal. That's just the truth. So you get to hear other people's stories, you were like, my own small.
Okay, so right now, thank God for how far you've come. What would you do differently to ensure that your child doesn't have to go through everything that you've gone through? Like looking back at everything that has happened, your mom to your dad to how the siblings came in, your uncle came in. What would you say that you would do differently to make a difference in your children's life?
I will be there for them. Be there for them. No matter how busy, make time for them. Communicate. Make them your friend. You understand? When you have communication, you've solved 90% of the problem with your children. The communication has to be there. Kids tend to hide things most time. You understand? They hide. Make them your friend. Let them know, don't be scared. I'm here. You can talk to me. If anyone is threatening you, I'm here to fight. And I will fight my last drop of blood. So communication. Communication and be supportive. Use positive words on them because you see words are power.
Yeah.
You have to use positive words. Sometimes we as parents we can get angry and say the things we
Of
don't
course.
mean. You have to take those words back. You know. There's this proverb in my language. That left hand we use beat speaking. Use right hand. Call them, pet them back. Like
Wow.
I wouldn't want my children to go through the same thing I've been through as a child growing up. Never. Never. It's not a good experience, and I don't even wish for my enemy children to go through the same thing. You understand?
Wow. Thank you so much for opening up.
You are,
I think you got emotional. The conversation really went deep,
yeah.
and it's a lot. Childhood trauma is a lot.
It's part of healing you.
Yeah, it has nothing. It has something, and at the same time, nothing to do with having money.
At all.
Yeah, it has a lot to do with relationship, right? Because looking back now, you can tell that in the midst of everything, you keep talking about making reference to one or two interactions you had with your mom, and I could see that you had good relationship with your mom.
Mm-hmm.
There are some kids that never got that. Maybe their mom just got entangled with her own pain that she ignored her
Yes.
child.
Mothers go through their own pains too, but most children don't know.
Yeah, and then I'm happy from the place where you are now, probably because you've healed and you're seeing things differently as an adult.
Yes.
You can see that despite the fact that she was going through a lot on her own, she was also trying in the little way she can to, help put you in the right way. You get so childhood trauma isn't. I think we need to keep talking about it. We need to keep talking about it,
Yes.
and we also as parents should try our best to build a secure life for um, our children. Because as you say, you don't know tomorrow. We don't pray for death. Death is inevitable. But I want to believe that if you guys were very comfortable, there will be no need for you guys to move to the village where those people seem like they are. Do you understand?
Yes.
So I'm saying this out there to the woman out there. I know some women just want to relax and be taken care of,
Yeah.
which is good. But I hope you have a plan.
Which is good, but please have a plan.
Yes.
Don't depend on the truth is don't depend on anybody, including your husband. Anyone can disappoint you.
At any time.
As a woman, if you're comfortable, you're eating the dollars, you're eating the naira, you're eating the thousands, please have a backup.
Do you get?
Have
Backups
it
are
to-
they are very important.
You need to have a
They are
backup.
very, very important because the future is in God's hands. Nobody
Yes,
knows it.
nobody
But
knows.
anything can come up.
Exactly.
Do you understand?
Yes.
And why we are saying woman have a backup, because men also need to have a backup. But the backup is not to have a side chick.
Yeah.
Do you understand? Having a backup is just so that you can save.
Mm-hmm.
Save for the rainy days.
Exactly.
Do you understand?
Mhm.
It's a thing. It's a thing with everyone has a story. Everyone has a story. Everyone has that voice of the past. From rejection to neglect. At least your own is good. It didn't end up in rape. Could have gone wrong. Right. So to our viewers out there, thank you for keeping in the date with us. I hope that you would also one day be seated here to tell your story. We have a new series, I Survive. I Survive is a new episode that will bring people come and talk about their stories, their survival stories, what they've been through. Because if we don't talk about it, we don't get people to,
Yeah.
share. You would just imagine that you are in this world alone going through your own personal pain. But you would not know that this particular issue that you're going through, somebody else have been there, done that, and came out well, came out alive, survived. So please, if you have a story to tell, send us a DM on the Kwa Podcast, Instagram Kwa Podcast, TikTok Kwa Podcast, Facebook. And of course, we'll reach out. Our team will reach out to you. Thank you so much, Adiza.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And from us, we want to say it's a wrap. Take care. See
Nice.
you same time next
You're
week.
welcome.
From us, we say bye bye.
Bye.